Yeah, this is the FTX Vantage brushed. Yeah, this is my FTX Vantage. There is a brushless version out. I mean, I've had this since about November. I mean, it is a brilliant buggy. You know, FTX have made a brilliant buggy. As you can see, it's got oil-filled shocks. Parts of these are aluminium. You know, the blue parts, you know, front and rear. It's also got a adjustable toe for the front, and adjustable camber for the rear and front as well. It's a very, very good, robust buggy. As I said, there is a brushless version out, which is more expensive. But this can be converted to brushless for about £70. I have made some slight modifications to this, but and also had a little incident with a battery. I mean, here's the rear end. So I can show you that. You know, proper view of the rear end there. Right, the rear shocks are slightly bigger than they're the same size. They are adjustable as well, both front and rear. I mean, there are plenty of upgrades you can buy for this out there. Yeah. And I'll take the shell off for you so you can have a look. Let's just get that off. Let you have a look underneath. This might take a minute. Like that. And as we can see, here's the shell. You can get plenty of upgrade. There are plenty of other shells of the same shape, same design, but different colour schemes. As you can see, here's the chassis, the inside. As you can see, it's a 2017. I think it's an 2017 e-tronics sport tune motor. So you can get a better view of that. I think it's got in it you might not be able to see that. Now I think that down there, I don't know whether you can see it. If you can't, I do apologise. I think that's a 21 tooth or a 19 tooth pinion gear. I only put that in yesterday. You know, that increases the acceleration slightly. Now I did have a problem with this yesterday, trying to start it up. I mean, it will not start. I mean, obviously I tried to start it, and obviously the receiver kept me, this little fella here, what I'm pointing to now underneath this blocker, kept making a beeping sound and was flashing red. So, you know, I was testing it with all the motors and all that lot, nothing. Now the electronics were working because the steering was working, and obviously then I adjusted the throttle trim, put it back in the neutral position, you know, and it went through its startup procedure. I mean, here's the handset, the one I use. I mean, I've been using these since I was about 12, which is when I got into the hobby. It has a 27, well, this there is crystal it has with it at the minute. This even when you can see just there, it's got an aluminium drive shaft, which is pretty good, and it's got its there's the battery in here, which is an 1800. I think it's an 1800. So look, yes, it's an 1800. Yeah, 7.2 volt battery, which is pretty good, brand new, came with the car. Obviously with the FTX, with the brushless version, the shell's the same, but it's a slightly different colour scheme, and the wheels are black, even though they're still the same. So I can get you a view here. Now here's my other two batteries I have with it. You know, there they are. And these are much older batteries than this one. Obviously, as you can see, it's been, well, hopefully you can see, I've used it in mud. Obviously, the last time I actually, well, the time before the last time I actually drove this buggy, I had a little accident with a battery. obviously one of the wires, now this is very important, right, one of the, after using that battery, which, I put it back into my pocket in my coat, and the battery one of the wires came loose, and what happened then, obviously I didn't think much about it, and obviously didn't realise there was a problem until I got home. And what happened then, well, when I got back to my nan's, and then what happened was I tried to open the pocket, it wouldn't open, stuck my finger in, managed to burn my finger, thought that the battery was sparking, you know, as the wire had come loose, and there was smoke coming out of the pocket, and I found myself having to get assistance to get the coat off fast, and we had to cut into the coat to get the battery out. And now what happened was I managed to discharge a 7.2 volt battery. I'll quickly try and see if I can show you the damage to my coat pocket. See if you can see it. Don't know whether you can actually see that properly. Bring it into, like you see it next to the pocket there. If my thumb's right by it, we had to do that to my coat just to get the battery out. Very important, you can fix it. Very important, really. Well, it wasn't. You know, very important to keep your batteries well maintained. Otherwise, that can happen. Trying to think now. Now, obviously, with this blocker here, when I obviously was changing the motor to another motor, which I'll show you in a minute, also I was cutting the tyre up. I accidentally severed damaged one of the wires. Can't remember which one it was now, but obviously realised it wouldn't work, and obviously I wasn't very happy about that, but we managed to sort it in the end. Yeah. Obviously I'll show you here which motor that was that I was trying to install. Also I've got a lot of stuff in this box, various different things, as you can see, like that. I've even got an extra set of stickers for the FTX. Now these are the types of stickers you'll stick on the brushless. You know, as we can see, this was the motor I was trying to install when obviously I accidentally cut the wire. Now this is a modified Etronics sport tuned 19 turn motor. Now, so my advice is do not tune the end bell. I mean, you can turn the end bell to tune it, but don't. So all it does is it does nothing. All it does is it shortens your battery life, and that's it. Well, your battery running time. I mean, the normal running time for this is about 10-20 minutes. I can get out of that, but when I put this in and tuned it, it was down to 2 minutes. That's how bad that was, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. Just put that back. Now here, as you can see, is the original motor that came with the FTX. Don't know whether you can see that, I do apologise if you can't. Now this too is a very good motor, and I intend to keep this for as long as I can. This is an FTX 550 max speed 15 turn electric motor. Very good motor, these. You know, they are, when I say this, they are quick motors. You know, obviously I may put this back in at some point, I might not. But hey, but I definitely do intend to keep it. Now here we've got the original pinion gear. Now this will be a 24 tooth, right? obviously the more teeth you have in these, well, the more teeth you have on your pinion gear, the higher your top end, but the slower your acceleration. But the less teeth you have on it, the lower your top end speed, the faster your acceleration. I mean, just to repeat that part again, the more teeth you have on your pinion gear, the lower your acceleration, but the higher your top end speed. But the less teeth you have on it, the higher your acceleration and the lower your top end speed. Let's put that back. Obviously I've got plenty of spares from years gone by. I mean, I've been in the hobby since 2002, so that's a good 11 years. Now I use this oil for my shock. This is the oil you can put in your shock absorbers. Very, very good oil. I mean, I use this for my Tamiya Mad Spirit, which is a nitro powered buggy, but that's in bits in the garage at the minute. I do have a few videos of it on YouTube, just need to get the rest of the parts back so I can rebuild it again and hopefully get it running. That was the very first nitro car I've ever had. Very good car, do miss it. Obviously now when it comes to removing the body clips on some cars, a pair of pliers can come in handy because they can hurt sometimes when trying to remove them. Now, I've had this for many years. Hey ho. Obviously I've got various different bits of electronics off my old Schumacher, which is just over here in bits, as you can see. Piece of crap really, to be honest. And I've got the shell just underneath here to that one. It's a Volvo S40. But hey ho. Let's just try and think. Obviously I've got various other motors as well. Now this one's obviously a very bad motor. I tested it yesterday and it really was crap. Not really in good condition at all. Now this is can't really say what that is there. Mabuchi, but it's an RS 540 motor, sport tuned. Very, very poor condition this motor, so I'm never going to use it. And I've got various other spares in this box, like wheels, etc. And I've got, as you can see, a spare pair of black ones there, and another pair underneath my Allen keys, and a front bumper. Also, the FTX comes with a spare set of crystals as well, which is very nice. FTX are a very, very good manufacturer. It cost me £100 to buy the buggy, whereas you can get it cheaper from other places, but FTX sell it for slightly over £100, which is okay. As you can see, now these are quite stylish. These are wheel nuts. Obviously I lost one when I was racing, when I was playing with the Schumacher back in the summer last year. So, but never mind, it helps to carry spares. I mean, how did I get from talking about my FTX to everything else I own? I don't know. I suppose it's just one of those things. I mean, I am an RC addict. I am going to do a running video eventually of the FTX and hopefully add it on to the end of this one. As you can see, there's plenty of other spare wheels here. These are well used. Obviously there's more spare wheels in here, spare bits, batteries, etc. We've even got a spare gear. This is off my, I think this one, if I remember, was off my HPI E10 Porsche 911, which is in bits in the garage, as I no longer use it. And I'm hoping to get the Tamiya Mad Spirit Nitro RC buggy running soon. Once again, now it does help to have plenty of these around. I used to have about 4 or 5 of them at one point that I collected over the 11 years, which is a long time. Now my very first car came with one of these. Now this is the one, my very first car came with one of these. Now this is the one I use for the Tammy Mad Spirit. Completely identical in every way to the other one, to the original. I mean, I do mainly like to stick with the steering wheel ones. They are easy to, than the sticked ones, the other ones with the sticks. Obviously I've got my other toolbox here as well for it. Plenty of other stuff that helps. I bought this for 11 quid from a service station, I think just off the M180. Or was it the M18? As you can see it there. Very, very handy to use when it comes to RCs. It's got some pretty good stuff in it, like that. As we can see, now there is one thing missing, which I used to remove the carburettor for the Tammy Mad Spirit. Yeah, when I'm cleaning out its carb. But hey ho. Closer one of the Schumacher there. And this is the battery charger that I use. Doesn't belong to me, I'm just borrowing it off a mate. But, you know, it's a very, very good charge, and it has these crocodile clips here, as you can see. Just trying to think. Obviously comes in, every car comes with sort of manuals, etc. It does help to read them so you get a basic understanding of the vehicle and its maintenance. I mean, this one's come with an optional, you know, where you can see all the upgrades, all the optional parts and upgrades and all that. For example, in here it's just a basic example of all the things that they have. FTX are a brilliant manufacturer, you know, just as good as Tamiya, so FTX get some very good marks there. You know, very impressed with that. As we can see, it's got the Carnage on it as well, which is another one that FTX make. And it got there's the FTX Vantage there as well. Now that's the instruction manual, and we've got both the brushless and the brushed. The one at the top is the brushless, the one at the bottom is the brushed. Now these are all the upgrade parts listings, for example, just a basic idea just there. Only going to quickly show you. And there we go, we've got the instruction manual. Like that. Just a few basic things in there, as you can see. Like that. There you go. Here's one of the, don't know whether you can see this, one of the body clips, which is very good. Now it's better to have them in a colour like this or any other colour rather than black. As I will say from previous experiences, if they fly off you're going to lose them if they're coloured black. But hey ho, now it's time to try and put the shell back on. This might be a bit fiddly, so you'd have to bear with us. Hang on, I'll just pause the video.